It is 7:01. Time to begin.
Time to begin.
Great.
Let's just start by telling some of them there is the first time they haven't know much about us, who we are. Who are
Yes.
we, Mrs. Megan?
Well, we are retired in Panama. I'm Megan. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. And I moved to Panama in 2018 with the Peace Corps. And now I've been here for over 5 years. Met Oscar, ended up staying after Peace Corps, of course. We got married. We have this beautiful baby boy now. And I did tours with Oscar for a while. Now I do a lot of logistics and operations for the company. So if you come on one of our tours, you'll get lots of emails from me. And I always meet the group when they come here to Boquete too.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that a few people in the chat say, "Is this live?" Because there's so many evergreen webinars out there. Like they're the fake evergreen webinars. So, and there's no way to tell if they're live or not. But people are asking, is it live? Today is May 8th. Yes, it is May 8th. See, you know it's live. It is 7:03 p.m. And Oscar, carry on.
Well, my peeps, I'm Oscar Peña. I'm originally from Cali, Colombia. I've been here in Panama for almost going to be 14 years in August. Left Colombia back in 2006. I have a background of hospitality and tourism industry. Worked in Costa Rica before for 3 years and a half. Been here in Panama since 2009. Been helping expats since 2010. Been in several seminars and a couple of those with international living. And I'm just very passionate about helping others as a company, making sure the transition is smooth. Because once I start doing this, I was just asking to myself, like, if it was difficult for me to get things done, since I speak the language and my culture is not that different from Panamanians, now I can imagine what's going to be for someone who doesn't even speak the language. So that's why I thought there was a good opportunity there, and I love what I do. Also, I am the one who provides make sure executes the tour, make sure you guys all taken care of during that week. Make sure you guys have introduced it with the Panamanian culture, get to show you the best of Panama. I'm not gonna sugarcoat some things in Panama is not for everybody, but we always try to see is the bright side. So very happy to be part of this team and this family.
Okay. Now we're ready to. Oh, I haven't gone yet.
No, but it's not much about you.
We don't. Yeah. My name is Rod Larrabee from Vancouver, Canada. I've now been in Panama 11 and a half years. When I was an online marketer before I moved here, and so I wasn't retired. I came by myself. And because with my work, I could live anywhere in the world. And so that's what I did. Within 3 months, I made a lot of bad choices. I made a lot of bad decisions coming here. I knew no one. I did not seek professional advice. I got information from YouTube and the little bit of social media that we had back then. And within 3 months, I was in trouble. And I just happened to, by luck and referrals, meet this guy, Oscar. And Oscar was my first guy I hired as an expert, as a relocation expert. He guided me through the whole process, saved my butt several times on some bad decisions I had made. Within a year, we were in business together, and we've been helping expats move to Panama ever since. We started our group tours as, our name now, Retire in Panama, is our official trading name in Panama. We started our group tours back in 2018. And first tours were in 2019, and then we all know what happened. But we've been doing group tours once a month. 8 to 12 people is the maximum in our groups. And we do them once a month, and we've been having a great time.
Yeah.
One of our main things with our business model is we do that 12 people, 12 times a year. That's it. And when you do decide to move here, there's good chances one of us is going to be picking you up at the airport. It's one of us is going to be showing you your forever home in Panama or your next year or 2, 3 year home. One of us is going to be helping you bring your pets here. One of us might be helping you buy your car. So we like to get involved with our clients afterwards. And with our tours comes our personal cell phone numbers and emails. I was going to say 24/7. Yeah, you can make them ring. We don't answer them 24/7, but we are there to help you make the move here. So anyways, the format of this event is going to be we like to call it a live Q&A. We want to meet some of you face to face, and we have that ability on a webinar. Now, if you look down in the chat side, so right where you would type your message, you see a little happy face on the right. If you click that happy face, then click raise hand. I have no idea why they hide it there. If you raise your hand, we're going to invite you to come on the screen. With your voice, you'll be asking your question by voice and video, and you don't have to share your video if you don't have it for some reason, but your voice will be able to hear you. And so those are the questions we're going to ask first. So we want all you people who have urgent questions to ask there. And if I'm in jail, would you come bail me out? Yes, we will, if you provide us a bond. So as the people are raising your hands, I'm going to clean up the chat. No more questions in the chat. Well, I'm going to turn on Q&A mode shortly. So put them in your head, jot them down. And I saw some good questions in the chat. Dale, what currency is used in Panama? It's a tricky question when you answer that. A lot of people say Panama is US dollars. Technically, that's true, but the truth is Panama's currency is the Balboa. It is a reserve currency traded, but it's traded 1-to-1 with the US dollar. It's similar to the Belize peso. That has also been paid to the US dollars for almost 100 years. So our 1 Balboa equals 1 US dollar. We have Balboa coins, which are intermixed here with US coins, and we purchase old US Treasury bills for our 1s, 5s, 10s, 50s and 100s.
All paper money we use here is US.
Yeah, but it's not as if we're a dollarized economy like Ecuador or El Salvador. We actually have a currency and mint our own coins. But when you're bringing your dollars here, you bring your US dollars. Do you need a raincoat? It's the rainy season. Bring a light raincoat and a warm sweater in Boquete. Okay, we got a bunch of people. Now, we're going to ask these people that have raised their hands to turn on their microphone and their video by just hovering over your screen, and you will see down at the bottom, you'll see a camera and a microphone button. Click those, and you will come join us on screen and ask your questions. So that goes out to John, Maureen, and Kevin. Come join us.
Don't be shy.
Okay, John, how are you? You are
John.
first on tonight.
Good to see you all.
No problem. So, John, what is your question?
What do you miss most about where you came from previously? You came from Canada. What do you miss from living in Panama?
Hey, John, you are echoing. Are you connected twice by somehow?
Are you connected on this? No.
Okay, try to unmute yourself now. That's never happened.
Any better?
Yes, okay. I just turned off your microphone for a second, Kevin. I think there's some background noise there. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so I was just wondering what you missed the most after moving to Panama from where you came from.
Well, for me,
Shoveling snow.
I really miss that. No, nothing. Like for me, I did not go through that phase at all. I didn't have a lot of family there. I have a brother who I love dearly, but we've always lived thousands of kilometers apart from each other, so that was no big deal. My friends, some of them came visit. The other ones were all electronically connected. So I never missed any of that. And as far as I don't care what peanut butter I eat. So, if I can't get Jiffy Crunchy here, it doesn't bother me. So for me, what was like for you, Megan?
Yeah, besides the obvious friends and family, I would say events like concerts and sports events that we don't have too much of here. Every once in a while in Panama City, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say about the same thing like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, concerts because Panama, is a lot smaller country, like even than Colombia. But in my city, we used to have all kinds of events, sport events, and my city is the capital of sports in Colombia. So we have always something going on. But you always, when you make the decision, there is always a balance. What are you gonna give up in order to get something? So
And we do have that just on a much smaller scale.
exactly. And then the best way to describe it is Panama, in my opinion. It is a perfect balance. You can be as busy, you can be as entertained as you want. Now here in Boquete per se, I enjoy that I have easy access to nature. Short distance, I can go trails, all beautiful, and rivers. Yeah.
I never thought of concerts. I used to go to a lot. Yeah. But
Yeah.
didn't you go to Justin Bieber concert like 5 years ago? You
No.
drove all the way to the city.
That
for
was
one.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Well, okay, that's yes, they have performed here. Okay.
No. We don't. I don't even think we have a stadium big enough for those.
No,
places.
no. Actually, there is.
have
They
both
do
right
it
here.
next to the new conference center in Panama City.
We did just have some big Latino artists recently come.
Any other question you had to relate to that, John?
Not at the moment. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Okay, great, wonderful. Now let's bring on Kevin. I had you muted, Kevin, if you don't mind unmuting yourself. Oops. I accidentally lost it. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
So I just got a couple of quick questions here. How long does it take to get a visa to live there? And is it better to rent or own a home? And where do most Americans and Canadians live when they're in Panama?
Okay, well, three questions. I'll start with visa. The Penn visa.
Yes, it would be.
46 months. Yeah.
46 And
months
do
for the
you
entire
apply that?
life.
Do you apply for that in Canada or the U.S. depending on where you're living?
No, you have to apply
for
for a year. You got to get some documents.
Yep.
Get a Panama lawyer before you come. They will guide you all the way through the process of what you need. It's not a lot. It's criminal background, marriage license. That's about it. Yeah, and then you bring that here, apply within 6 months.
Okay, so you come into the country, you make the application, and you go back to your home country.
If you want.
And then
You can stay here.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you can stay 180 days.
Okay, so where do most Canadians live and Americans live in there? Is there a lot of them in Boquete? Because we've read a lot of information on Boquete and David, and that seems to be an area where we're interested in.
Well, for living for Americans,
Talk a little lower.
yeah, it depends of what kind of weather you're looking for. Second is what kind of facilities do you want to have access. And I'll tell you, a lot of Canadians, per se Canadians, they love a lot because we have a lot of snowbirds, and they're all located in the Panama West province. All of them. Most, like I would say, at least 60% of Canadians, they come just for the winter season.
What we call it the beaches.
We call it the beaches, yeah. So a lot of snowbirds are mostly from Canada, but every single person is different. You will have an expectation. We live in the tropics, so if you live by the sea level, it's gonna be the same temperature every single day. It's gonna the change of the temperature is gonna be either windy, or you are inside the house with the AC, or it's raining. Other than that, it's gonna be as hot you can imagine on the beach, and humid. So the best way to describe is like you come to Panama and check out what all the which areas might resonate with you, because so a lot of people that come with the mindset, oh yeah, I want to be in Coronado. They got to Coronado, it's too hot, but that doesn't mean it is not going to be on the beach side. So they might go to Pedasi. Pedasi has same temperature, but because it's more wide open and you're on the peninsula, it's different vibe, different ambience, and it's in a way more windy, less crowd. It feels less crowded. So it's so much to shows here in Panama, but the most famous places will be Panama West Province, which will be Corgona, Coronado, Rio Hato, and Chiriquí Province. The third one will be Tennessee area, and then Panama City. Panama City is for a lot of people that just want to be in the bubble. The bubble of, like, let's say you want to have luxury, you want to have activities, and you don't mind the traffic and the noise.
But in Boquete and David, is there a lot of Americans and Canadians that live in that area, or
Mostly in Boquete.
mostly in Boquete?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
but
the
there's-
city of David is not like what you would think a North American city is at all. It is a very Latin American city. It's also the hottest city in Central America. It's slightly inland, about 10 miles, so it gets no breeze, nothing. It does, but for us people in Boquete, it's a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
To go to Price Mart, to go to the mall, to go
Hospital.
to the driver's license, to hospitals. So that, and there's a whole bunch of communities between David and Boquete going up the mountain, getting cooler and cooler, that you can pick your temperature.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few that expats that live in David,
Yeah.
but not a community like the thousands of them here.
I think the some of them that live in David, they usually pick more by the ocean in Playa La Barqueta, because there is some a small gated community. So there is a lot of North Americans that live there full time, and some of them just for the winter season.
Yeah, a lot of Canadians winter.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be more popular with the Canadians.
and do you guys suggest that somebody leases a home first, or look at buying?
We always suggest, like
Always.
fill the place, rent first.
Mhm.
Make sure you love the area. Make sure, because unless it is an investment, if you know about what you're doing, like let's say it's a place that you can buy for 25% less the value, and you know the market. That's the only thing you kind of will make sense. But if it's your home, the place you're gonna live in, you gotta always better feel the area, feel the country if you like it, because
Make sure you love it.
make sure you feel comfortable and you like it here, because to buy is easy,
Mhm.
but to sell it is
Yeah.
always,
Yeah, I could take you out tomorrow, Kevin, and we could show you 6 places you probably fall in love with. But we're not going to do that. We don't even show real estate on our tours. We don't sell real estate. We show you rentals, and we explain the real estate market, because you want to be prepared for it down the road when you are ready. But there's lots of rentals available. You can move around into different areas, try different climates.
Yeah.
So do rentals come with furniture already in them, or
Yeah, it's more common with furniture. Even though that you rent from a Panamanian owner, well, the furniture is not gonna be
pretty.
U.S. standards, right? But North American standards, but usually.
Yeah, like in Boquete area, probably 80% furnished. In the city, probably less, more like 75%.
Yeah.
okay? Thank you very much.
I
Nope.
was
No
I was
problem.
just reading about a couple of towns today, because we've read a lot about Boquete and Panama City and know a lot about those. But I was just reading about Pedasi, and I'm curious about that. Curious about Santa Fe, because I haven't looked at that before. Santa Fe looks like it's in the middle of in the middle of
Santa Fe is
Middle of nowhere.
very rural.
It's nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Has potential for a long term.
Okay, and Pedasi. Sorry, what can you tell me about that?
Yeah, Pedasi, well, it's one of the areas that helps a lot of the culture in Panama. So it's very has a lot of colonial influence, and it has a good sense of community. It's a whole different vibe. It's not like the fancy town. It's more like about more relationships.
Very small town.
Very small town.
Surfing, beaches.
Surfing. If you're into fishing, oh my God! I mean, because the peninsula, you don't have to go out to get deep sea fishing. It's just right there.
And there's a good expat community as
Yes,
well.
it is.
Santa Fe is very small. There's not even a gas station.
No. IPM.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to keep listening in.
Okay. Okay.
That was not.
Yeah, we had a little incident happens once in a while that their speakers must have been pointing towards a microphone or something. As you can see, we're nice and clear now, but we just kept our voices down and it seemed to work. Okay, anyone else want to raise your hand? If not, we're going to open up the Q&A section for direct questions. Okay, now you see you got a public chat and we have a Q&A chat. So please type your questions and we will answer them. Echo's gone. Yes, it is. I got to go back. How do you deal with mail issue? Changing your address with regard to government mail, bank mail. Can I use a mailbox address? Great question, Maureen. First of all, do not do a blanket USPS or Canada Post address change. Just don't do that. You don't want to get all your junk mail down here. This is freedom from junk mail. Like, my goodness.
Yeah.
Be happy. So you can get in every city you're going to live in, there are multiple freight forwarders. You can always email us, retireinpanamatours.com, or contact information's on there. And for your city, we'll tell you who, where you're thinking. Or if you don't know yet, once you're through Panama and maybe you came on our tour, you're going to meet some of these people. You'll know who you want to use. I'm going to use the example of Mailbox, etc., because they have locations in every one of the cities. So you just contact the branch where you think you're going to live. Let's say it's Boquete, and you sign up. It doesn't cost anything. They give you an address, and you give that Miami address to your bank, to the government, to anything where you physically will need to get that mail. And you switch everything else to electronic. So your bank, you need to. I know you don't need to get your statements. You can get that online. But if you, with your credit cards, when you get your renewed credit cards, and sometimes the bank doesn't do online stuff on specific certified checks, on specific things that they got to get you. The government, if you want to receive your pension check that way, you would do it that way. And then with this mailbox, you can also order from places like Amazon or eBay. And they will ship it to your new Miami address, and then it's shipped here in 3 to 5 days. And rates are anywhere on freight forwarders between three, some of them, depending who you use, $3 and $5 a pound. You can go quick, 3-4 days air, or you can go 2-week ocean. So it's really, we don't have door-to-door mail delivery here. There's no mailbox on my front gate. You know why? Because there's no house number. There's no street sign. So it'd be really hard to.
That's why we use the companies like Mailbox, etc.
Yeah. So I walked. I get a notification from Mailbox on their app that, hey, I got a parcel, and I walk down there and pick it up.
If you're wondering how you find your friend's house when they invite you over for dinner, we use WhatsApp for everything, and you drop a pin of your location into WhatsApp and you share it with your friends, and then they can open that in Google Maps or Waze and use that to find your location.
Unless it's a very famous spot, like next to the guy who is missing a leg, or next to the yellow tree.
Landmarks too. Yeah, we use landmarks.
Hey guys, my computer wasn't plugged in. Isn't that nice? Your battery's running low. Okay, so So I think we nailed that one. If you look at our website, retireinpanamatours.com, you will see we have just type in mail in the search thing on the right. And I really go into that in deep. I should let's go to the Q&A. Let's start off for this one, guys. And I'm going to do something over here.
I signed up for September. Is this considered part of the rainy season?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
get ready.
One of the rainiest months. September into November is the rainiest time of year.
Yeah, this year we're having actually a phenomenon that is a little drier than normal, but September usually we'll definitely gonna have some rains.
But it doesn't start raining in the morning. It's not like it's all day or anything.
No, it's just usually in the afternoons.
Yeah.
A shower.
Heavy
A
shower.
in the afternoon.
Like a shower can be anywhere between 1 and 4 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes it's a small shower. People start using jet skis and canoes on the streets. Just kidding.
In
Hey.
Panama City, sometimes the streets
Sometimes.
can get flooded.
Oh, there's John right there. Yeah, we got a couple more spots available in September. For those who
usually-
want to come that fall, that's going to be your best month that you're going to be able to get a spot. I think October, November is almost full. So,
But usually we get done everything in the tour, and then we're on the way to the hotel by the time the rain comes in.
Usually, yes.
okay, let's move on. Please tell us about the vendors at the Tuesday market. Oh, we don't go to the Tuesday market anymore, do we?
No, there's someone else.
Oh no, yes we do. Sorry, what am I thinking? Sorry, we do. Of course we do.
About the vendors at the Tuesday market, well, there is a different type of vendors. You can get from jewelry, medicine, natural medicine, fruits, vegetables, coffee, information. But most important is you get to meet and mingle with expats that has been here for several years or new expats. And it's a good source to kind of get a vibe of the community with the expats in Boquete per se, in Boquete with the Tuesday market. We love it. We always has been promoted the Tuesday market, and not just there is 2 Tuesday markets, and there is another market that offers every day. So
Rod always goes there and gets his organic veggies.
Yep,
If we
every
have any
Tuesday.
veterans on our tours, we always send them to the veterans
Mhm.
outreach table. There's all the expats that organize or volunteer with the animals organization.
And it's not that it's all expats at the Tuesday market. Some of my favorite Panamanian people there. The lady I bought eggs from, I save all my crates, and she likes to talk all in Spanish, so I'm just kind of listen and smile. And then there's we got another good friend there that makes bags and stuff like that, and we always get together and have a good chat. So
one of the great guys that is newer is a French guy selling the most amazing desserts.
Oh yes,
guys, if you make it to the Tuesday market, you gotta visit him. What's his name?
So good. I don't remember. But
but he's the only French guy
it's
selling
very
desserts.
common. You just talking to expats, you just find out a lot about what's going on in the community. You might find out about a rental available.
So a lot of place to connect with the best way, word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, next.
What is the place in Panama with most expats?
Panama City.
Yeah, but it goes based on population. The difference though in Panama City, so you're not going to bump into them when you're out in the street because there's 2 million. There's 2 million other people there.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
So there will be events that you're going to have to plan and go.
There are expat meetups. Mm-hmm.
Events, yeah.
But
it's also more of a working expat
it's younger community in Panama City. As far as retired, Boquete and Coronado is probably somewhere. Boquete and Coronado. I don't know who's winning, but we have a census results due in June. I'm sure we're going to write a good article about that to show you guys the actual true demographics there.
Yeah, I think besides Panama City, the 3 most popular with the expats will be Coronado area, the whole Coronado area, including the Chami district, Boquete, and Pedacito. In my opinion.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the census results coming out next month, I believe.
Yeah, they're supposed to come out in June, and they had a foreigner question on it, first time ever. So we will know how many foreigners are living in Panama. Okay, are you able to help getting rental apartments in Panama City? It is not difficult. There are so many for rent.
Yeah.
Great. In Cuenta 24, Facebook groups.
Facebook, but also like for those, they always come with us in our tours and they use us because we always tell them use us.
Yeah.
Because if we don't know the answer, we'll get you the right answer.
Yeah, we go a little bit like for our guests, we go personally one-on-one and try to find them. But just remember, guys, when you're renting, be careful. It's no different than Craigslist in the States. Like if someone asks you to Western Union them or Yappy them $1,000 deposit before you've seen the place, don't do it. You're going to lose
It's a scam.
$1,000.
You've seen a scam. Mm-hmm.
So get there, see it, get an agency, get a contract, take it to a lawyer, and have the lawyer get the deposit, pay the deposit. Then you're not going to get ripped off.
Yep.
So you just got to be careful. And you asked, is December rainy season basically the end of the rainy season? If any of you are considering living in Panama, you should come in the rainy season.
Always you gotta see the worst weather in the new country you're potentially gonna move.
It's like we have umbrellas. Like,
and here's the thing, like a lot of people, there is so many strong opinions about even the weather of the seasons. Some people exaggerate the rainy season. People say, "Oh, it rains every single day for months." No, that's. I'm sorry for what I'm gonna say, but it's a straight up yes.
Yeah.
It rains literally here in Boquete. Maybe in some other areas, like close to the mountains, every day earlier. But here in Boquete, per se, is one of the most rainy areas. You usually have the whole morning, and the rains start maybe by between 1 and 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And it lasts a strong rain maybe for 30 minutes, and it kind of on and off.
Yeah.
So there is
this time of year, it's twice a week, a heavy 1 hour shower. That's it. Around 4 o'clock.
And
then,
I got like last week. I haven't even
I
experienced any rain.
Yeah.
Not one drop in 1 week.
So I've never minded the rain here. That's why it's so green. We call it the green season, by the way.
Yeah. The forever spring, we call it here.
Do most people continue to keep their bank accounts in the U.S. when they move to Panama? Or there's no reason to close your bank accounts. I have bank accounts in Canada still that I use. I have bank accounts in the U.S., but I did open a bank account in Panama. So, I live here now. Of course, I'm going to have a bank here because, I want to be able to, you can do everything with a bank here. You can pay your gardener, even if it's $20. It's free. Like, that's how they bank here.
And you have more freedom to take money out of the ATM.
Yeah. I can take out money out of my ATM without any fees. I can pay all my online, all my bills, all my utility bills, everything. So it works great.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to close your account. If you're, especially during the transition years, if you find out you no longer are using it anymore and you're paying fees, then you can close it. Because if you're a U.S. citizen, you can always go back and open one.
Yeah.
But if you have no need for it, you can even get your Social Security check deposited in your bank here. But that's going to be about a year after you move here. Talk about handicap accessibility in Panama City.
It's a challenge pretty much in all the country. There is, in Panama City, there's areas, but it's like specific areas that are more developed. But there is very uneven sidewalks or non-existent. So sometimes you got the sidewalk, but you have an electrical post in the middle.
And there definitely are not ramps everywhere.
Exactly. So
now
it is a challenge for a handicap.
There are, like, if you were looking at a place like Costa del Este, that is a planned community. It is fully 100%.
It is
wheelchair friendly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only.
I think it's the only place.
I think it's the only place in Panama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Panama Oeste.
It's
Costa del Este.
Yes, Costa del Este. It's a large neighborhood with homes, apartments, very, very, very nice. And being up, but that's the whole situation. Panama doesn't have any laws where they made restaurants conform. So the new building codes require them to have
handicap access and parking.
Yeah, accessible parking, accessible washrooms. But I've seen some of the finest restaurants in Panama that have a 2-foot wide door going into the washrooms still, because they haven't been, forced to conform, or they just don't have the room in the building. Oh, here's a good question. Yes, Mailbox, etc., is an international company franchised across the world. You need to, if you want to get mail here, you need to have a box where you're going to get it. See, and the good thing in Panama is you don't have to buy a box. You can just get a number. It's free, and you can pay as you go. If you want a physical box, I have a physical box here. I've had it for 11 years. It's $28 a month. It includes your first 2 kilos, 5 pounds. So I'm a heavy Amazon user, eBay user. So Oscar and I are buying parts for our cars all the time.
All the
Yeah. I use it a lot. So I have a physical box, but you can get a free account here. Just by when you find out, hey, I want to move to Panama, you've seen the country, contact the mailbox, etc. branch, and they'll give you an address in Panama that you can start sending your mail to. Okay, we got Maureen. Oh, this is so, yes, you're welcome, Maureen. Hey, for those of you who want to come on screen, we're going to go back. Hey, let's take a quick peek to see that if anyone has their hands raised. You guys can raise your hands. DJ, we have a DJ here. You can come on screen if you want, DJ. And Maureen, I see you raised your hand again here. I'm not sure if you still want to ask the question, but please join us. And Kevin, your hand's still raised, but that's fine. We remember talking to you. Do any guys want to come live and have a chat with us? Or we can get back to the questions because there's about 40 more. Give you guys 10 more seconds. I'm just going to, there we go. Hey, Kevin, you're back. Oh, you're muted, though.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm just kind of curious on the visa. Do you have to prove that you have an income each month, each year? How do you prove that you can actually live there?
Are you from the U.S. or Canada?
I'm actually from both. My wife's from Canada. I'm from the U.S.
Do one of you have a pension of more than $1,000 U.S.?
Yes.
Is that in the U.S. or Canada?
U.S.
Okay, then you go to the Social Security site and you download the letter. That's all you got to prove. It's called a letter of benefits, and it tells you it's the gross amount. It doesn't matter if medical or anything's taken off. They look at the gross amount. It has to be for two of you. It would have to be $1,250.
Okay.
If you're coming in as a married couple, and that's all you need. You don't need all your pensions. Like I know people that have 4 pensions. They might have they have a union pension, a firefighter's pension, a public pension, and then a Canada pension or Social Security. You only need one that adds up to enough to qualify you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, let us go back to the Q&A. Okay, something's gone funny with the screen here.
You should go back to Q&A mode.
Oh, sorry. I am.
Over
Q&A
on the
mode
chat.
is
You're in chat.
In the chat.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you for the tech support, Megan.
Do you
Taste of
notice
coffee.
any differences in the taste in your coffee, fruits, vegetables, or tap water?
Dear God, coffee. Coffee's so good here.
Yeah,
Well,
everything.
Coffee, there is no way to even compare what you guys drink in North America unless you're getting a specialty and you're paying over $25 a pound.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables always
100%.
will be different flavors because
It's mostly coming from here,
Yeah.
fresh from the fincas, the farms. So it's not ripening in a box.
yeah, so the pineapple, when you eat pineapple here, you will think they actually do on purpose and pump sugar in it.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. Same with the papaya.
When you cut pineapple here, it smells like your entire house has pineapple air freshening.
Yep.
That
how
was the
much
big thing
does
I
it cost?
noticed because I love
You
pineapple.
can get a pineapple from 50 cents.
Yeah. I used to pay $5 for them in Canada, and you cut them up, and there was no smell to them.
No.
But
No, and
here,
it's all
just
green because
amazing.
and also but every single tropical fruit that we farm here, you're gonna have the full spectrum of flavors and smell. Same with veggies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oops, I gotta unpublish first, then do that. Oops. Let's talk about home building. How difficult is it to have a home built in Boquete?
It is difficult, nearly impossible if you don't have the right contractor.
Or if you don't want to manage it yourself, like we still say that, you still got to be on site.
You always
or
better be
have somebody
on
on site.
or have somebody to advocate for you. Make sure you cannot just meet somebody and say, "Oh yeah, the house is gonna cost you." I'm gonna give you a number, 100 grand. Yeah, pay me 50 grand for the materials, and then you'll come back in 6 months, and you probably find out just a little bit, a couple of blocks, and that's it. So, in construction, you always gotta be present in the maybe not full time, but at least once a month.
Yeah.
And make sure you have the really good contractor. Somebody has a tremendous good reputation, and which we know.
Those people, like you've gone seen their work, you followed up with their references.
Yes.
Like it's so important. And I'm not going to say American. Like there are a lot of North American guys here in that business that have started companies, and they all hire Panamanian employees, which is great. But I'm not saying they're the only good contractors here, but some of them are excellent.
Yeah.
Just they're like the different standards. A Panamanian home can be built for $70 a square foot. Most of the people on this call wouldn't live there. I would with some minor upgrades. The North American homes are going to be $90, $110, $130, $140 a square foot. Just because, if you're looking for something like at home, like that granite and that nice tile and that, stainless steel appliances and double paned windows, things like that, you're going to probably want to find a North American builder because they know where to get that stuff from and they know how to properly install it. Where the Panamanians typically wouldn't put that in.
Yeah, I do know a couple of really good ones.
Contact us. I'll put our contact page in the chat. Okay, bank account. I saw a post on Facebook. I say that wrong all the time today, which was just ridiculous. It was Maureen, your exact same question. How difficult is it to open a bank account? And that person who asked that got 100 different answers within a few hours. It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you the simplest thing in the world. Simple. It is not difficult to open a bank account in Panama. It does take some time. You require the following things. And some of you are going to say, no, you don't. Just hang on till the end here. You need to be in the process of residency or a resident. You need to actually be living here. You need to prove your income for the last 2 years. If that's Social Security, that's simple. If it's some other income, you need tax returns. You need a letter from your bank back home, a reference letter. And you need 2 pieces of picture ID. That's simple. You're going to have a bank account. You might have it the same day. You might have it in 2 weeks, depending on the bank.
Yep.
Don't go for oh my God, you get a bank account in a day. Who cares if it takes you a day or 2 weeks? Are you in that rush to get a bank account? You want one that offers excellent service.
Also, you want to make sure with it, you want to open a bank account according where in the country you're going to be located or looking yourself for the long term.
Yeah, you want a branch, right?
Exactly. So we have a lot of situations where we have people have the bank accounts in a bank just because it was the easiest.
Yeah.
And now they're struggling because the easiest bank is a nightmare. The online, they cannot do any wire transfer. They cannot do anything, and they don't have a franchise.
There's no English
small
for
towns
that.
So follow that advice.
Yeah. So and the thing about being there are some lawyers that will say, hey, you don't have to be a resident. You don't. Well, look up the Governor of Banking Rules in Panama. That's like our Fed here, except we don't print money. It's called the Governors of Banking. The Governors of Banking made decision in 2021 that you must have a residential tie to Panama to open a bank account. Mm-hmm. If some lawyer or somebody is telling you you don't have to, I know a bank that will open it for you. The bank the Bank of Buddha or whatever, like something I've never heard of before. Yeah, be careful.
Run.
Just be careful.
Don't walk away. Just run.
I'm not going to sit here and recommend banks because there's a lot of them and there's a lot of different areas. But look for someone that has online banking in English, that has English staff inside their thing. And that's that might help you in your first couple of years here.
At least to begin with.
Yeah. Yes, come in October, come in September, October, no problem. Okay. Benefits. Panama doesn't offer any additional benefits for American military veterans, but your own programs do, your own VA programs, with as far as VA pharmacies. TRICARE for Life is available in Panama. So you just got to talk to your VA officials, about what's available in the country of Panama for you. Then you have it. Where is the info for the 12-person trips? The info is right on our website. I'm going to show you the itinerary. Go to the chat right now, Wayne. All right, just trying to. I got one of my monitors not working, so I'm looking at a monitor that's way over there, and I'm getting way too close to that 60 range to see that far anymore. There is our website with our itinerary for the 12-person weekly trips that we have. Okay. Where is La Palma? I know La Palma. Oh. La Palma.
There's so many places the same name.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think that's the one that's right in the Darien jungle.
Yep.
So I don't know. We're not sure. If you can give us a little more information. If I type in La Palma, Panama. Excuse me, folks. You're right in the middle of the Darien jungle. There's not really any expat property there, not really a rentals market. But if you do have any more, if we didn't get the place right,
it will be, for what I see in the map, it will be a very adventurous, extreme area to live.
Best way to find a furnished rental property. If you're in Cherokee, I can highly, we do have on our website our contact form, which I put many times, because I could sit here and we could answer this for you for 10 minutes, every different area. It's kind of silly. Yeah. Just send us an email, and we have people in Cherokee and Coronado that, if you want a Coronado beachfront condo for next year, hey, we got a lady there that we've used for years that manages 50 to 60 properties that for rent. So in Boquete, we have the #1 rentals agent in Boquete that's a good friend of ours, and we'll help you find that. So in general, if you want to look at pricing and stuff like that, the Facebook rentals and the Encuentra 24. How do you say that in Spanish?
Finding 24.
Finding Encuentra 24. If you Google it, you'll find it. That's Encuentra 24.
That will be Encuentra will be to find.
You can really,
to find 24.
Yeah. 24/7 must mean. It's like a Craigslist, but it's the Latin American version. I'm not telling you to rent from there. I'm telling you to go see what's available and check out prices.
Yeah, still, you gotta be always double check.
Yeah.
Triple check.
Okay. Is it true that you have to be in the country to sign? It depends on the company. Most of them I know of will allow you to do it through email. They're going to need a copy of your passport. But hey, it's Shay.
Yay!
How are you, Shay? So when are you coming back? I thought you were here already. No.
Where else?
Okay. Please talk about local phone situation. Panama phones?
Cell phones?
Yeah.
Well, local phone, we have a pretty much full coverage, full LTE in most areas. Some rural areas there have no existence of cell phone coverage. Now there is.
Yeah. We have 4 carriers.
Mm-hmm. And then and then we have fiber optic, and then all the main areas in the country. Now land phones, yeah, it's available. It's still available. We
But
don't even have a coin.
talk about the different plans and prices of cell phones. They're all basically the same, Oscar, but it's just,
Mm-hmm.
like how much are they?
Well, I pay my plan is premium is only $42, unlimited calls and unlimited data.
And I pay $20 because I'm not a data hog because I'm sitting in front of my computer all day using Wi-Fi. So I only need $20. Okay. Any other questions there? I'm just moving some questions that got into the chat. There we go. Q&A. Many more. Any 911 system? Panama City, David, they kind of have 911. They do. They have 911 for the Spanish people. So you're going to dial 911. It's going to be a Spanish operator, and you're going to tell her in Spanish to come to my house. I live on the 4th Street down from the grocery store next to the coconut tree, because you honestly don't have GPS. Or if you're an expat, you're going to use a private service. Up here in Cherokee, and this is now available throughout the country, we use a service called Rodney Direct. And it's nothing to do with me, folks. It's RODNY direct.com. It's $90 a year. They position a global position, your location. You get that all set up when you sign up. They give you a placard for your front gate with a number on it. And 24/7, you phone an English-speaking person who is on the other line with all the emergency services getting them over. You can use it for fire, police, ambulance. You can use it that there's a power line down, there's a car accident in front of your house, anything like that. You can use Rodney Direct if you get in an accident when you're driving and you need a translator. So we have those services available. And it's a little more technological because they know where you live. They have you pinpointed on a map, and they can give the authorities the direct location to your house with a number on your gate. They should use that for mail sometime. What do you got there? However, I'm closer to 54. What's the best way to begin the transition? So is you're still working. I'm closer to retirement at 54. Well, Cherise, it depends if you're ready to come now. Like, can you work remotely? Or, right now, if
Also, how active do you want to be?
Yeah. If you're still a few years away, come spend your holidays here and check out different areas.
Sure. It's always the best choice.
There's nothing you need to do as far as moving here until you're about 4 weeks from that, 4 months from that date.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you need to start the process with, immigration and decide what you're going to do with your bank and your place and stuff like that. Okay. What is the decent cost for a condo with beach views in Coronado? And can you negotiate? What are the prices in Coronado now?
It goes from usually if you rent over 6 months from $1,200 to I would say the most expensive probably $2,200.
22, yeah.
That's
for a basic 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah, you can even 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
2-bedroom, 2-bath. I mean, the highest point is like that much, but
yeah,
if you're coming if committed for a 6-month lease or a year, your chances to get better price is higher, and also you can negotiate more. But if you're only coming for 3 months, no, you're gonna pay full price unless you come in the low season, rainy season.
Okay, let's get back down to La Palma, Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Look where it is.
No, no.
It's next to Pedasí.
Oh, that's another Panama.
Yeah, see, that's what we're bringing up now. Okay, so Abdel, La Palma is, Google doesn't even know about it. It looks like in a nice neighborhood. It's right by Las Tablas.
It's not a neighborhood. It's a whole section, but it's nothing. It's not. It's a very rural. It is in between. It's in between Chitre and Pedasí.
Yeah, between Las Tablas and Pedasí, actually. There's La Tablas.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's no sign. We've been on that road how many times? Have you ever seen a sign? La Palma?
No, it's not that. It's not that common. It's not that common.
Yeah.
It's very farming area. It's a very, very, very farming area, and it has access to a mangrove in one extreme point.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the beach, you gotta go all the way through all the way to La Candelaria, which is another beach there, or La Yeguada, after Pocri, or Pedasí.
Yeah. A little thing, Abdel, to know about that area you're looking at. It's known as the Dry Arch of Panama.
Mm-hmm.
It does get the least rain. It gets about as much rain as Florida, like 60 to 80 inches a year, in about the same pattern as Florida does, those afternoon rains. It's a nice place on that coast. It seems a little cooler with the breezes. So that area between Las Tablas, between Chitre and Las Tablas, we see on our tours. We spend 2 nights there, actually. One night in Chitre, one in Las Tablas.
And Pedasí.
So, sorry, yes, Pedasí. So we would go right through Las Palmas. Okay, here's the question. Will bank give expats secured loan to buy a property or house? Let's talk about secured loan. Depending what you're securing is here. If you're securing it with cash, yes, you wouldn't want to do that though, because your mortgage would be 7% or more. Can you get a mortgage here? I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say it's easy. You're probably looking at about 30 to 40% down, a little higher, about 1% higher than the Panamanians can get. Well, 2% higher than what Panamanian can get a mortgage for. So you're looking at 7 or 8%. All mortgages must be paid off by your 70th or 75th birthday, depending on the bank. You must carry full life insurance on the value of the house payable to the bank, which in itself can be a mortgage payment. So, and the process can take anywhere between 3 to 8 months. So you need a patient seller. So getting a mortgage in Panama is not easy, but you do mention that secured loan, that if you had cash to secure the loan in a Panama bank, you could even put it in a CD or something. So you could earn 5%. So you'd only have a spread of 2. I'm not sure what your investment strategy is, but I'm sure the bank would work something out there for you. Banks in Panama do not make high-risk loans whatsoever. They seldom do you ever hear of a foreclosed house. It's just not something that doesn't happen here. Okay, what is the least expensive way to transfer money to Panama as well? What is the most common method of payment? Okay, let's talk about transferring money to Panama from a foreign account. There is no least expensive way. It's international wire through ACH. International wire through SWIFT code. It's the only way to transfer money. So if you're going to do it from a physical North American bank to a Panama bank, you're looking at $100 in total on both sides, unless you have a special plan where wires don't cost you anything back home. And here it's going to cost you anywhere between 30 and 50 plus an additional 20 for the intermediate bank to receive. Now, I've been doing this recently, changing some of the stuff we do on our end. And I've started using Wise and OFX, Canadian Forex, and things like that. And they don't actually charge for the wire transfer. So that is making a big difference, that I can make those transfers and not pay $100, only pay half of that. So, but if you're transferring $5,000 to $10,000, it's really, $100 is, 1%. So, it is what it is. But it's the same thing. If you're transferring 100,000, it's the same fee. If you're transferring anything over $10,000, on both sides, you're going to need to tell them what you're sending it for and what you're receiving it for. Or they could withhold that transfer until you do. Within the country, we have our own banking ACH system, which is free to send between banks. It now happens instantly under $500. It's like a Zelle system or something. But we don't have any of those U.S. Systems down here. The Panama banking system is not tied to the U.S. banking system in any way. Cash, credit card, debit cards, e-transfer would be ACH here, just bank transfer between people. Okay. Hope that answers that one. Is this the link? En cuenta 24. Yes, there is an English option on there, so it will translate it to English.
Just to make sure you go with the Panama one, because sometimes they give you the which country, El Salvador.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't want the El Salvador one. You want to avoid that one. Okay. Okay, no problem, Stephen. We like answering questions. Cost of a pensionado visa lawyer. The cost of a lawyer, as stipulated by the government of Panama, lawyers should be charging around $1,500, and they seem to be. You might get some cheaper, like between 12 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Beware of discount lawyers. I just saw a horrendous post on Facebook. Of course, now it's a lawsuit. It's just crazy. Don't go with discount lawyers, folks. It's like a discount heart surgeon. Would you do that?
Well, do you want to trust your paperwork in a cheap lawyer or a cheap doctor your life? Once you have that answer, then you can proceed. Because you don't want to go for cheap. You just go for what is fair and it has the best reputation. With a lawyer, the same thing with a doctor. You just don't go with a cardiologist. They charge $5 of.
Yeah, $5 an hour.
An hour. Yeah, I mean, so there is a lot of people that have these make these mistakes just because $100, $200. We have people that try to save a couple $100 and end up paying way more.
Oh yeah,
just because the
paperwork
lawyers
expired because the lawyers
these lawyers because they charge a few $100 less. Well, guess what? You're just a number, so they don't even follow through.
Yeah.
So what you have to make sure is that one is gonna be responsive, attentive to your needs, and the follow up very thorough through the process.
Yeah.
And they give you all the expenses. They explain.
And and what I hate is it detests me that somebody has retained a lawyer and on Facebook they're asking how to get their stuff done.
Imagine that.
The lawyer is supposed to be doing that for you. And I'm going to stress this. We use the same lawyer, and this lawyer will not allow us to advertise on social media whatsoever. I don't blame her.
Yep.
Because that's not how their firm handles. So I'm putting in the chat if you'd like to be personally introduced, we will do the personal introduction to a lawyer that we've used hundreds of times at 100% success rate. Now, Robert, that was not the cost of the entire visa. That's the cost of the lawyer. There's still some government fees and stamps and photocopying and blah, 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 and all this. So basically, a rough number, a single is going to be around $2,300, a couple $2,800 to get a pensionado visa, which includes all the fees and the lawyer's fees.
Yep.
Let me do a quick view here. Why? Oh. Okay. Let us go.
Try that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Cost of a lawyer. What is the resident required to maintain pensionado? This is really, really simple, folks. You must enter Panama once every 2 years. Done. You come for a visit once every 2 years. It doesn't even say you have to stay overnight, folks. It actually says you must enter Panama, so you must enter through immigration, get a stamp on your process,
Yeah,
on
for
your
a fun
passport
weekend.
every 2 years to maintain your residency permanent status. And that's any visa, any permanent resident status. Do you know about the Portobello area? I don't.
I do.
I know where it is, but I don't know.
Yeah,
much about it.
Portobello is most as a tourist area, has a lot of history. There is some foreigners that live there. Most of them they work in the tourism area. They even own restaurants, some hotels, some bed and breakfast. It's a place for a lot of people from Panama City to go the weekend because it's on the Caribbean side. Has a nice what is it called? These old structures made by the Spaniards.
Yeah.
Forts.
Fort. Yeah, fort.
There is Portobello per se specifically has a lot of potential for more even tourism and history. Has a lot of history that area, but it's not the prettiest part. It's a little bit rough. And also to drive there back and forth from Panama City can be a little tough, especially you need to be very street smart in that area, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But from there, you can go also to Isla Grande, which is also nice. Yeah, so it's a nice, in my opinion, it's nice to visit. A little too rough to live, unless you're into that kind of lifestyle.
Mhm. Okay. There we go. Question.
Mhm.
Can I work as an insurance agent? No, you may not. Insurance agents are a protected profession in Panama. Panama has about 30 protected professions that are reserved only for Panamanians. If
Unless you become a citizen.
Yeah, there we go. Unless you become, I was just going to say that. They are things like, most of them are professions, accounting, doctors, all the healthcare stuff, nurses,
Yeah,
stuff
real
like that,
estate agent.
engineering.
All you need to do is to be a permanent resident, to be a
Yeah, no, real estate's not a protected, but insurance broker is a protected
Mm.
profession. This one does amaze me. A hairstylist is a protected
Mhm.
profession, which is great. So you cannot practice insurance here as a foreigner. Sorry. What's it? Oh, Shay. Shay says, I'm using her. She is. Yeah, Shay knows who our immigration lawyer is. We keep her a secret, except for some people. Our immigration lawyer has offices both in Panama City and Boquete. I don't know if you guys know, if you're going through immigration, you can do it either in Panama City or in David. And trust me, if you're halfway between, pick David. It's a cakewalk. There's no line. Panama City immigration is a disaster zone. Like the immigration office, there's like 1,000 people there on any given day.
Yeah, and as funny and sad it sounds, you get things done only because you know that person, or
Hey,
you pay the right person.
yeah. Hey, Maureen, when you come on the tour, you will meet the lawyer personally. If you want to stay some extra time or get an appointment with them the next afternoon or something, if you have some specific stuff you want to talk to them specific to you, yeah, you can certainly do that. But you will meet them on our tour.
Yep.
Okay. Can't see you anymore. Really? Oh. Huh. Assisted living residences, geriatrics home. That's what South Americans call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does Panama have them?
Yes,
A
but
few.
no. It's not that common because in Latin American culture,
You talk about.
you pretty much all family takes care of the elders, parents, grandparents. So what they do is they hire a person to help them with cooking, attending on a daily basics. There exists some geriatric forms here in Panama, but it's not very common. It could be a potential for
No.
somebody that wants to start something like really nice for services and people they want to just being a geriatric home, but they actually has a good quality with the high standards.
Okay, so like it's so little here, guys. The town of Boquete has 25,000 people. It has 8 beds. 8. David has 24 beds. It has 150,000 people.
Yeah.
Now, these beds are available too because the Panamanians don't use them. Like Oscar said, it's Latin American culture. They love their family. They take them in when they get old.
Yeah, but as a North American, if you come into
Yeah.
a Panamanian geriatric home, you're not gonna have the U.S. standard.
No,
It's everything
you're not.
you're gonna be fed like as a Panamanian.
Yes.
So luxury is not gonna be there unless it's as a very famous high-end geriatric home, which we don't have those.
Yeah. So, but the cost here, for those of you who want to know, I know of someone that's recently gone into the one here in Boquete. It's $1,200 a month. So it's a little cheaper than in the U.S. or Canada. I remember 10 years ago, my dad's was $6,000 a month.
No one wants to participate in this Q&A.
Huh? How expensive is it? Is an add-on for time in
Bocas.
Oh, Bocas. Well, it depends what you want to do. How much is a hotel night in Bocas, guys?
It can go from $35, very, 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 very hipster style, to a
There's a
350.
huge variety of hotels.
Yeah,
So to stay in a decent place, would $80 be enough?
$80 would be decent.
Like
80 to 135 would be decent place to stay.
And
in the main
depends.
island.
Yeah, it depends on the activities you want to do. If you want to hire your own boat driver to see the islands for a day, you're going to spend $100.
We do private tours to Bocas also.
Yeah, we can do a private tour to Bocas Marine after the tour if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do it on your own, you can just go, What do I need to get a driver's license? Does it make a difference for a motorcycle? Megan, you want to talk about the 2 ways you can get a driver's license?
Yeah, so you can go 2 ways. One would be getting your foreign driver's license authenticated at your embassy or consulate. And then from there, take that paperwork to Sertricen, which is like our DMV here in Panama. You would go there with your authenticated driver's license, a blood test, and if you're over 70, a doctor's
good
note,
health certificate.
Good health certificate, right? And that's all you would need. You would go in to do a hearing test, vision test, and they would print you out a driver's license. Otherwise,
and the motorcycle and all your endorsements will roll over, so you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
If you do it that way, really easy for Canadians, difficult for Americans because of the wait time.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult to get an appointment, but if you plan ahead to get your appointment while you're in the city at the embassy, then that could work out just fine. Otherwise, a lot of people, especially if you're on this side of the country, you don't feel like going to Panama City, then you can just go to Sertricen and do it the old-fashioned way, do a driving test, do the written test, and get your driver's license that way. You do need to get a certificate from a driving school here, and then they'll give you the study information. You study from a list of 130 multiple choice questions, and then on the test, you'll get 10 of those questions right from the study materials, and you have to get 7 right to pass. And then the driving test is super simple. You just have to pull into 3 different parking spaces, forwards, backwards, and parallel parking.
So difficult.
It is.
Impossible.
I've never failed it. Did I fail it? No, I didn't. I passed it.
We all passed.
Yes, we did. Okay. Well, let's open up a final here. Let's close this. I'm going to go through the chat. And anyone else want to raise your hand? There's about 60, 70 of you left here. I know we went a bit over time, but hey, we'll stay here and answer your questions until you stop answering them. Oh, for those of you that came on late, to raise your hand, you go down right where you would type in a chat. You hit the happy face, and then you click on raise hand. I've actually sent them a support ticket, this company, and told them to put raise hand there. Okay. So if you raise your hand, we'll bring you on. You can ask a question live.
If you want, for someone that's, I think, coming on our tour in June, asked about a rain jacket. If you want to pack a light rain jacket, it would probably be convenient. We always carry umbrellas in the van that you can use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to the questions to see if we missed any. So get your last minute questions in as we wind this down. Bank accounts we went through, the mailbox. There had to be 100 questions tonight, guys. Oh, how many months ahead of time should you plan when you want to move here? I touched on that, but really there's nothing to do besides if you're selling your house for like 4 months before.
Yeah, if you have a lot of stuff to get rid of, that could take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the paperwork you need, you retain your lawyer here in Panama about 4 months before. They'll walk you through everything. We'll do, if you came on one of our tours, we're going to do it with you. We set up Zoom calls. We're going to help you keep your U.S. phone and for free. And we're going to, what to do with your banks and what to do with, and moving your pets here and doing all that stuff. So,
if you start gathering paperwork does expire within 6 months. You need to be applying at the immigration office in Panama within 6 months of collecting paperwork. So keep that in mind.
I saw the tap water one more time here. It's kind of weird that Panama calls it, the World Health calls it potable water. We have potable water to 99% of the people in this country. But should you drink it when you're on vacation? Absolutely not. Like the bacteria are different than the water you're used to. It's really no different than if you went to Hawaii for a trip. You really shouldn't drink their tap water. The bacteria are different. Do 99.9% of Panamanians drink the water without filters? Yes.
Definitely not in the islands.
Not on the island. Yes, that's right.
Not even to brush your teeth. That will be like do it, but very careful.
Yeah. Very good question here from Deborah. Dorothy, I have Social Security plus another pension, wanting to come with my daughter who is not yet old enough to retire. She'll have a computer-based job. Would we qualify for resident visa based on my income, since we're not a couple? Unfortunately, no, Dorothy. You can only bring children under 18 or children enrolled in Panamanian schools, university under 25.
Yeah,
I believe it is.
25 is the limit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They can only come in on your visa. Your daughter would have to come in on a visa of her own. Now, depending on what your situation is, how that could be accomplished. If she has a computer-based job, like a remote job, she could come in temporarily on the digital nomad visa. In Panama, the name of that one is actually the short stay visa. And that's good for about 18 months. Whether it's renewable for another 18, we don't know yet because no one's completed the 18 months. So that is an option for her to start here. But if you were to live here for a year, if you were considering buying real estate, then you would buy that real estate under her name and a Friendly Nations visa. And up to minimum 200,000, and then you could bring her in on that. Other than that, there's really no other way for your daughter because she's no longer a dependent. Mm-hmm. Okay. Somehow missed that question.
I think they're going to be with us in June, so
yes.
You'll get to talk with our immigration lawyer.
Right on. Oh yeah, we'll have a good chat with the immigration lawyer on that one. So if you, I don't know, Dorothy, you want to book an extra day there, and then we can get you an appointment. You were quoted 500 to 600 per meter squared. Oh yeah, if a Panamanian home would be $50 a square foot. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, guys. It's easy to get around without a car. What do you think? Not owning a car in Panama, guys. Who does that?
It really depends on the community you're in.
Yeah.
But the public transportation is great in Panama. I used it for my first 2 years here.
It's just you have to rely more on their own time. There is no precise schedules, and it change between Monday to Friday.
Sure.
There is Monday to Friday, and then the weekend sometimes can be different. No, some areas will be more precise than others, but
Yeah.
there is a little gap. Meaning always gonna be sharp on the clock.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, do I need yellow fever shots? No, unless you're going exploring in the
The jungle that in, yeah.
Yeah, Darien jungle.
Not, don't forget about yellow fever, malaria.
Yeah, they can't get a malaria shot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you don't. Panama does not require for entry yellow fever unless you've been through Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is simple. Last question. Is it what? Oh, your driver's test is in English or Spanish, your choice.
The tour is in Spanish.
Yeah, the tours are fully in Spanish, Maureen. There's no English spoken. That by the end of the tour, you're fully bilingual. No, just kidding. Kidding, of course. And we have somebody here. Linda wants to offer to babysit. Yeah. Okay, last question. Yvonne, I want to stay longer. How should I apply for a visa? Well, that is a kind of a loaded question. But depending on what visa you qualify for, is how you would apply for it. I'm going to one more time for you people that if you felt you haven't been answered, sometimes it's as simple as we didn't quite understand the question and we had another 100 questions we had to carry on. I just put the contact us. We answer emails, guys. We answer your questions. We don't charge money for it, do we? If anyone wants to type in their credit card numbers, we will take it. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we can always accept donations.
We want to give you guys the information. We don't. Well, I personally, as I started my story, I don't want you guys to make the mistakes I made. Like, you got a team here that's willing to help you and walk you through this. Definitely, we will save you. Like, we could save you more money than you pay to come on our tour.
Yeah, or like you're buying a book.
Or buying a book. You get us. When you come on our tour, at the end of the tour, you still get us. And it might be, we're working with the Jamples. I think they're on the call. It was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were on our tour. They're moving here next month. And we've been working with them. We've had our Zoom call. We'll probably have one more.
I'm gonna cut for them.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna barbecue for us when they come here.
Oh, nice. Yes. Even better.
Yes. Alrighty, guys.
It was very nice.
Hey, look, it's Ellen. She's right there.
Hey, Ellen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much to all of you that participate tonight in this Q&A. We do appreciate your time. We do appreciate the effort. For those that are coming with us in the near future tours, thank you so much. We're gonna try to do our best as always to deliver that really beautiful experience. Those that are questioning, should we go with these guys? Yes, you should. You should. Yes, you should. Noah says you should.
That's right.
I'm a translator. I'm a translator of Noah. So yes, you should. And we are very knowledgeable. Our reputation precedes us, and that is something you can just ask around in this country.
We are the real deal, folks. We are really here to help you. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm getting emotional just talking about these people. Okay. We're looking forward. We're starting our May group in
2 days.
Yeah. No, 2 days.
2 days. 2 days.
2 days.
So you'll see. Follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and also Facebook. I'll be sharing all these adventures for our May tour.
We got 11 people joining us in May. We got 10 in June. We got 12 in July. Come join us in August, maybe.
Yeah, and our tour, nobody is wearing what is it called? tags, name tags?
Yeah, we don't wear name tags because we
Yeah.
actually know your name by the first day
Yes.
because there's only 10 of you.
If you know by the last day, but we'll know your name.
There we go. All righty, folks. It was great to meet you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have, this is the end. Okay, you guys haven't hung up yet, have you? Nope. Okay. We've upped our Q&A schedule to help assist you guys in 2 weeks. You don't have to attend this if this doesn't help you, but we have getting a job in Panama and running a business. 3 weeks after that, we have bringing your pets to Panama, where I will give you the step-by-step. You attend this Q&A, you're going to have the step-by-step list of how to do this. You're not going to have to pay some pet exporter $8,000 to bring little Fluffy all the way to Panama. You can do it yourself. So we're having that one. And then, of course, in June at the end, we have our regular general Q&A.
Yep.
So we got lots of content coming your way in the next month. We appreciate you all.
Have a good
Talk
night.
soon.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good night, everybody.